All right. All right. So first off, I'll introduce myself and start the show here. My name is Justin Davis. I'm a director of strategy at McKinney. We're an agency based in New York, here in Los Angeles. We do a lot in the food space. We work on brands like Stop and Shop, Little Caesars, Popeyes. We include Diamond Almonds, and so we touch a little bit of everything in the food space. But tell us about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm Stacy. I'm a brand leader on the diversity brand Cargill. I don't necessarily do a lot of things on the B2B side, but I am fortunate to work on the consumer section of the brand.
Awesome. So it's this journey from a commercial product to a consumer brand. I just want to start with talking about that journey. What sparked the idea that this could make the jump to a consumer brand?
Yeah, so we're kind of doing the opposite of that. Consumer products that we moved to the food service side, but we had a product called Beverage. It's a heritage product. It's produced in the same place in St. Clair, Michigan, 1886, in a patented process. There's no other salt like this. If you didn't know that salt could be special, you do now. Because that is this particular product. It has a very incredibly loyal, passionate following in the professional community. And when I say passionate, I've only been on this brand for 11 months, but I can tell you, we've had at least 3 chefs submit pictures of their democracy tattoo at very part of their body to us. So it's the first brand I've ever done many brands. It's the first time I've had anyone actually tattoo it to themselves. So it's a passion for us. The product ended up through some very creative sales teams in the Northeast on some store shops, and organically was performing extraordinarily well. And as the salt business looked over, the opportunity in the next 5-10 years, and it was the place where growth is coming from the consumer side. It's actually the premium segment of the salt business category. And the team, I think we might have something here. We have a product that's organically selling in the market. We have a category where focus is to expand. What the team did determine was that it really needed to not just be beneficial. We needed to have a story to tell the consumer, we needed different reason to purchase a premium product. And so we did a lot of consumer work around who's the consumer in this category, what does the segment look like, what are they looking for from brands, and from the ground up built new brands within the Diamond Crystal called Diamond Crystal Self-Help. And within Diamond Crystal Self-Help, holding on a portfolio of products that can complement what we had in a special product culture that would appeal to this consumer who were calling this vibrant culture. And so from there, we developed the packaging, the branding, and new positioning for us to go to market. This is regional partners, and really tried to drive growth, innovation, and change within the salt system.
We've heard a lot today about product innovation, flavor innovation, and obviously part of building a brand has been innovation to a product. So maybe talk to us a little bit about those consumer insights and premium consumer, and how that led to the portfolio expansion into beyond grocery salt.
So we identified 3 consumer personas within that aspiring shop. First is the entertainer. And this is this person who I cook food for people I love as a way to connect with others. Second is the academic. They're this person that I want to know everything about why and what is happening, what I'm making in a kitchen and right. And that's minute scientific detail. And then the traditionalist. They're the person that I've used this product for years, time-tested and true recipes. And we look for what are their motivations, what were their drivers for why they selected the products they selected, why were they willing to pay more to have an $800 espresso machine in their kitchen, or why would they be willing to spend $10 on a box of salt. And those were attributes like it's natural, it has no additives, I understand where this product is coming from, single source, it has in a lot of cases a sustainability attribution to it. And we looked for complementary products that could sit next to Devil's Kosher that could also live up to its principles. So we have a California sea salt. We're one of just a couple of domestically sourced sea salt producers, and we put that sea salt in a refillable grinder, and we sell a refill box in 100% recyclable packaging. We have a pink Himalayan salt, which is single sourced from one mine in Fort Hills, Himalayas. And again, we put that in a refillable grinder, 100% recyclable packaging. And so now we have a portfolio of products which we can say live up to these 3 core values of adding free. It's always going to just be salt, and it's going to have sustainability. Yeah, so with that, we have to share, just to give you a little bit of a flavor of the direction of the program.
You're on the right.
It's the little things in life. Home cooked meals, a night in with friends, quality time with the people you love. Yes, the little things are what matter most. At Diamond Crystal Salt Co., we've been focusing on the little things for over 135 years. From the finest chef's table to the coziest home kitchen, our additive-free salt has enhanced delicious cooking and the joy that comes with it. One pinch, smidgen, and sprinkle at a time. Diamond Crystal Salt Co. It's the little things.
I'm obsessed with it. When we hear more about the marketing, we hear about those segments and those need states, we'll get down how to market those. But I wanted to again think about one of the brand strategies, one of the things, there's so many different types of brand challenges. But I think one of the most interesting brand challenges is how do you take a legacy brand, a 100-year-old company, and build a modern, meaningful, relevant brand from a 100-year-old company. So how would you approach sort of, keeping the legacy of that company alive, but also making sure you're modernizing the brand so it's relevant to today's audiences?
Yeah, so our approach to that has been, building our marketing strategy around 3 key ideas. First being inspiration. You don't see a lot of people walking in the store and let's sell it and move on today. But if you show someone a recipe of a beautiful lemons or a beautiful watermelon salad, and you engage them through that story of like, hey, I want this. Oh, it has this feature, or oh, it has this insight. Then suddenly you can treat them with a reason to move further into what your product is. Second is educational. Because we have this really strong food service business and this loyal following of the professional community, we have a lot of brand advocates for us in the professional space. There's a chef named Stacy, and she basically wrote an entire book, which is a love story or a love letter to Deborah. So it's called, it's really incredible. We also have, the more recent, Erin Watchman's Kitchen, but Alice is a huge advocate and fan of Deborah Kosher. He gets down his all his social channels and talks about what is the difference of our product and why he chooses to use our product versus others, and helps us really educate with that validity from a key opinion leader to help us really tell the story of our brand. And then finally, it's a heritage. Diamond Crystal brand is 100 years old, and we, from our St. Clair facility, we have literal generation of families that work facility. So what you'll see coming from us in the next few months here are stories of our St. Clair property and the people that help bring this salt to life and help bring this brand to life. So really grab that emotional connection. There's people behind this brand, and there's families behind this brand. And this brand has supported an entire community in Michigan for many years, and more than just the salt is special.
You're looking for believers in the brand values, right? Both corporate center and how you tell your story. How do you leverage that with retailers? How do you tell that story to people? Is that different from how you tell that story to consumers?
A little bit. I think, in our conversations as we go in, especially over the last 6 months, going in to talk about pitching a premium product is very different than it was a year ago. In that, we lean into the differentiators of what makes our kosher salt special, what makes our sea salt different, why they should care about having a fake animal salt that's transparently sourced and not a single source, and why that's going to be important to their shopper. I think also, telling the story of we do have a differentiation, we do have something unique, is how we have to really lean with retailers to help, educate them so that we can also help educate the shopper when they get to the shelf as to why they would want to invest in our products versus another product.
One of the things when you're chatting, that you mentioned was out of this kind of strategies is part of building brand strategy is knowing who you are, but knowing who you're not as well. So how do you think about who you're not? How do you define sort of those things will never be to the consumer or the purpose?
Yeah, we really go back to what are those 3 core values from a product standpoint, and we are never going to be important, who is a great partner of Cargill and of but we would like to be, something that you grow up and be something like Jacobson's and like that are really defining that premium space. We're never going to have a product that has additives in it. And there are a lot of innovation ideas that come to us where we could say that that's a really strong idea, but because it doesn't live up to those guidelines and those principles, it's just not a product we're going to pursue right now. I think by staying true to that, we can stay true to these messages and stories that are responsive to consumers so that we retain their trust over time.
Is there any challenges or just opportunities internally with Cargill, knowing that this is not something they're more of an industrial company, right? So what's the learning curve for that internally as well?
No, I've been very fortunate. Part of the reason that I was attracted to this role, I've been at Cargill for just under a year, was the fact that they were taking this particular project out and giving it its own team and its own dedicated space. So we didn't have to live up to the P&Ls of the broader organization, and that we could treat this and really run this brand like a startup within the larger organization. And that gives us a lot of bandwidth on test and learn and the type of results that we're going to deliver back. And I think that I'm very fortunate that our leadership team has been very excited about the potential here and very supportive. They're not marketers. Like, this isn't the core thing that we're talking about range of frequency. But they've been really eager to learn. And we felt extraordinarily supported. And I can say that has been, I think, a strong encouragement to the team, both from a marketing standpoint as well as a sales standpoint, to know that your leadership is standing behind you, and we all understood the metrics and the expectations going into this, and we're just constantly communicating and staying on the same page and continuing that momentum forward.
I love the fact you talk about testing and learning and how you approach the variability in that way. Another thing we chatted about in the conversation is how do we balance short and long-term opportunities? A lot of what we do in the agency side is talk about sales overnight, brand over time, specifically with our food brand. So how do you, maybe give an example of how you sort of have thought about those short-term opportunities that you might need to pass up to take on a more longer-term view and vision of the business?
And I think that goes to distribution. There are partners that we could go to, like very large retailers, and position ourselves in a way that would get us on shelf, but that wouldn't be good for the brand in the long term, and that wouldn't support the story of who we are, the product we can command this price. And I think that by having that buy-in from leadership of what we want to be and how this is a long game, not a short sales game, that we aren't going to deliver to consumers online. It has allowed us to say that we're going to be very intentional. It's very similar to Andrew spoke to their distribution strategy and choosing that these are key partners that make sense for where the brand should sit, that are going to allow us to build the brand and drive the right type of consumer loyalty over time, versus just getting like, oh, I was placing the now I'm going to
Totally. I want to go back and talk a little bit about those consumer audiences. How do you talk about education, you talk about inspiration. I would felt very fortunate, so she sent me a package of the portfolio product before I got there. I put some sea salt in the ice cream over the weekend.
Yeah, sea salt.
I should try it. But how do you balance, how do you talk to those audiences differently? How do you keep up with a channel strategy? Is it a messaging strategy? Is it a blend of both? How do you approach those three audiences?
It's definitely a blend of both. So right now, we just fully launched the new packaging in March, and a lot of these new products are going to be on store shelves until July and August of this year. So for us, we do have our full portfolio on Amazon, and so it has been utilizing digital channels to drive the right mix of messaging. We have some good partners that have helped us delineate our audiences and ensure that we're delivering those messages from a paid standpoint. Our educational messages to our educational consumer, our inspirational messages to those consumers that are looking for that. But from an organic standpoint, we've really been looking to have a mix. We've been very heavy thus far on inspiration, just because we haven't had this broad distribution yet. But as next month we gain distribution in a large national retailer, you'll start to see us heavy up on some of that educational and some of that heritage messaging as we have a national audience that we can drive to a location to purpose of products.
I think the one thing that was clear to me throughout the conversation is how choiceful your team has been in the process about, when we were talking to how do you build a brand in the marketplace. How do you think about, you mentioned think about moments, think about how you market these moments, knowing the budgets you have, and the choices you're making from an audience perspective. What are those moments? And what are those sales opportunities that you see in the business?
Yeah, so I'd say we picked 4 key moments that happen for you to build content stories around. So the content stories that are launching right now are around grilling. We call them big grilling. It is not the tagline word, but we have engaged with 3 different content creators for this campaign. We have engaged with a barbecue pitmaster from Texas to help us tell the story from start to finish of how to get the best brisket, Texas brisket in Minnesota. He's taking our consumers on a shopping journey to the store, showing them, these are the cuts of meat, this is why you want this cut of meat, and this is how it's going to react differently to, this is the temperature you want your grill or your smoker at, this is the time, and then this is why I use that. This is why I use kosher salt, and the difference it's going to make in the results of the recipe. But then at the same time, we have a very lovely mom from Austin who is helping us tell the story to our entertainer consumer. And she's telling the story of her Memorial Day picnics and her 4th of July get together. And that's going to be a story that's, not just, here's my recipe for my watermelon salad, but hey, here are, backyard games I'm buying for my kids, and here's this entire experience I'm creating and down Christmas salt pose and being able to have the best quality food that I can.
Well, there's so many believers in the brand, right? Not everything has to come from your brand voice. It can come from other people, other aspects, stakeholders. We have about 10 minutes left and we'll see time for questions. So let's, you mentioned some things happening with people. So what's next?
Yeah, so I have been enrolled about 15 minutes and I got brought to an innovation meeting for what's next in the product pipeline before we even launched anything. So which was super exciting. We, again, that same approach that we took to developing beneficial software and determining what the initial tutorial is going to be, we have taken to expanding our product pipeline for the future. So we had brought in focus groups and tried to understand what are you doing in the kitchen, what are your interests, what are you baking. We had a number of trend experts from across the industry come in and share what's happening and what the trends are going to be over the next 3 to 5 years. And we really got them 120 new product ideas to a core group of 3. And of that, one is coming this October and is going to revolutionize baking.
So,
Let's go.
Yes, like it truly is a product that there is no other product like it in the market. It's a salt. But we're extraordinarily excited about what we're going to be able to drive from category expansion. Our retail partners that we've shared it with so far, Whole Foods is going to be our launch partner for this. We're super excited about their partnership with us, and really excited to be able to tap into this space.
That sounds really exciting. I know people on my agency are excited to see that we're using salted oils just in a couple of weeks. So, what's the way though that we should all be using salt that most people are doing today? What's a recipe? What's a way of doing it that we should all be trying?
I mean, there's so many other ones, but the one that I learned most recently was using it to clean your cast iron pan. Now, I do sometimes other salts, so I apologize in advance, but it does a good job. You literally put the kosher salts in your pan, let it sit, and then you use a red sponge, and I think you can to, I don't know, take all the iron and have a nice clean cast iron pan.
No, now you know. Love it. We'll open up for questions. Are there any questions, Stacy?
On the video, you can see all the designs. Actually, it's really fun. How do you think about that, especially because we have segmentation based on the design? So how do you attack that? Well, just even thinking about like how you thought about the personas. You take like a category first approach, a trend approach, just thinking about not having like segmentation of current purposes because
Yeah. Like we, really we have that segment of aspiring home chef. And so it's delineating down like what is within that audience, like what are the key segments or personas that we can build from within that segment that have a relevance to like or have affinity to our product as it sits today. And then, really building out the persona from there. It's we don't have any plans.
Funny because my husband and I got into an argument about he said more salt is the same. We're like, no, there's no not. And wasn't there a book written?
Yes.
Reference that?
Yes.
Yeah. So are you guys using that as, I mean, I don't know how that would resonate with like a regular consumer versus someone who's a real foodie. Right? Like I imagine the foodie on that resonates. But are you that translating well to the consumer and just someone like myself who's cook, but I'm not somebody. I was reminded of this when we were talking. Are you using that at all in your messaging? No, I think that's like just how it really is so transparent.
Yeah, we are. And that's like that academic consumer persona. Like so the messaging strategy there is around moving into like what sets down the personal part and who are these key opinion leaders, professional chefs, that can help us tell that story with credibility. So that's the type of messaging we come through our social channel and some other channels of podcasts that we're exploring to help reach foodies and non-foodies with people who are relevant in a space that isn't the brand saying this is the best possible product. Because it coming from us is not as authentic as when it's coming from these key opinion leaders.
Are you guys using influencers? I think we have yes.
We are using influencers, yes. So we have, when we did our big brand launch in March, we ran our first influencer campaign. They're really focused on that entertainer segment or persona because it's who we have the most significant opportunity to reach with our message right now. But as our distribution expands and we move into the summer months, we're going to see that messaging for those other segments come across.
Question for you. So I just was out on Amazon and it was really easy to search, which is great. And we've got 4.7 stars, which is fantastic. We've also already got 1,500 plus reviews. So I'm curious what you guys did to invest on Amazon to separate yourself from the millions, other products out there as a premium brand.
Yeah, so this is my favorite question. You did know. Our salt is that good.
Believe it or not, I think.
So for folks who don't
Yeah.
hear videos this side.
Oh, yeah, like-
What is their Amazon page? If they have great reviews and
It's searchable, and you also got a designation as Amazon's Choice, which you don't get that because you have to hit a lot of different criteria to be able to get a badge. You
Yes.
can't buy it, it's
Yes.
so congrats.
I know, like that's all organic, like we have organically grown the business for that product based on that product's efficacy. And so that's why it's so mission critical as we expand our portfolio, that we have other products that can match that level of efficacy with the consumer. Like, what I will say is like we earned our 15,000 reviews or whatever organically, since coming on board and being able to build up the team. We have done some work on Amazon to improve the experience on the product page. We built out a brand shop with the products that come online. So, but from a paid investment outside of like developing the assets to build up the brand shop, it's 100% organic, and that's 100% attributed to the efficacy of the product. And I'm so blessed to be able to work on a developed product that it is that outstanding.
any other questions?
Delivered Saturday.
Also available at Kowalski's. So if you don't want to pay the Amazon premium, you can get it at Kowalski's, and it will be available at another retailer whose initials are T and J very soon. So we're excited.
Are you gonna have a Father's Day bundle, like grilling stuff?
That is something else that we have in the works.
Alright.
Tell your partners on that also.
This is true.
Well, thanks so much.